Hey, it's Ocean and welcome back to the channel. Today I want to show you all some mods that really make my game look really good, in my opinion, and I feel like it would make your game look really good too. Just little things that will improve your overall visual gameplay, and also will answer a lot of the questions that you all tend to ask me. So there are going to be some replacements and stuff that I want to show you. So let's get into it. The first thing I want to talk about are these vehicle replacements. I know some of you see them and you're like, where did you get these? Are these in debug? And actually these are just normal cars from the game, from the debug menu. However, I do have a car override replacement. So these cars look different than the ones that they originally were. These cars just look realistic and I really love that. So if you've ever watched my videos and you've seen the cars look different, you're like, what is that? Like, look at this truck over here. It just looks real and it's just a replacement of the original cars. The next thing I want to talk about are some food texture replacements by Apricot Rush. I'm here on their website, and as you can see, we have lunch recipes that are retextured. We have quick meals, kitchenware, and food retextures. So I'm just going to go to the first food retexture pack. I'm not going to make everything, but I will make some things. So here we have some of the base game foods already retextured. Like the pancakes look a lot different, spaghetti looks a little bit better, cookies, eggs and toast. Recently they actually did the lunch recipes, so the mac and cheese, fish tacos, grilled cheese have been redone. But I'm really excited because I've never seen anyone retexture the quick meals, so like applesauce, peas, chips, ham and cheese sandwich, cereal, all of that has been redone. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do the yogurt really quick. Have my sim page come in here and get some yogurt. Oh yeah, yogurt looks better. And then I also want to do the animal crackers. There we go. Oh my gosh, she ate the yogurt before I could even show you. You kind of got a glimpse of it, but let's just try this again. She ate that so fast. Okay, so let's pause this time. And the animal crackers actually look like animal crackers. You can actually see what kind of animals they are. So I thought that was kind of cool. And I love visual effects like these because I love my certain things in The Sims looking or appearing more real than usual. And then I had my sim make a ham and cheese sandwich, which actually looks like bologna, but yeah. It just looks better and it gives me like a manga anime kind of vibe to it, which I really like. So definitely want to get these food retextures. They're very well done and I love that. Now I want to bring your attention to the lighting in my game. I know you all have been waiting for this. So a lot of you ask me what reshade I am using. So first of all, let me just turn my reshade off. This is what the game would look like without it. And with my reshade on, that's what it looks like. And so I kind of have like a Life is Strange core type of vibe, and this kind of reminds me of that coloring of the game. I'm using a reshade called 𝘰𝘱𝘴𝘰𝘶𝘳𝘬, which is an older reshade. I've used it like a lot on and off, and I just really love it. It feels kind of dry, and I just love the tone. So this is what it originally looks like, and then again without it, and then with 𝘰𝘱𝘴𝘰𝘶 turned on. Now I have my own personal edited version of this reshade and I call it Riverwalk. It's very similar to 𝘰𝘱𝘴𝘰𝘶, but I kind of toned down a little bit of the lighting a little bit just so that it's like a little bit darker because the UI wasn't easily visible. So I base reshades off of the fact, like, can I see the UI clearly so that I can play clearly, and I kind of like found that happy medium, but it's still great by itself and I really love it. And to pair well with this reshade, and any reshade for that matter, or just even if you do not use reshade, I also use a mod called Into the Light. Let's get into that one first. This is going to make it so that your Sims blend in with their background and they don't illuminate in their background. This is great for pictures. Like if I have my sim here and I just turn off this room, she actually kind of like blends in as opposed to sticking out. A lot of people may not notice this on the naked eye, but because I take so many pictures of my Sims, I notice it. To give you a better idea, here is the mod post and I really like it. So here, as you can see, if we go to the comparison, if it was nighttime in a dark room, Maxis would kind of illuminate your Sims, while Into the Light is going to naturally give your Sim that natural light, not give your Sim a complete glow. And then the same way here, they just blend in with their environment. Whatever the environment is, they're going to kind of look like that. And so I find it really, really helpful, and it's a very just subtle touch. You may not notice it at all. And then that brings me to the next lighting mod. If you see, I do not have a blue tint in my game. With the lights completely turned off, the house has a very realistic lighting, and that is because I use Lumia's No Blue, which gets rid of that blue tint in the game, which is why you don't see that weird, awkward blue tint. I know it's easier on the eyes gaming wise, however, I just like my game looking realistic. And then heading over to the mod post, you can see that No Blue is going to remove the Maxis lighting and give you 3 different options to provide that natural lighting for your game. And this is a really good comparison where you can see in the bedroom, like, it's so blue. I actually use, I think, Darker or Gameplay. I can't remember which one I use, but they're both well. I've used them all. Darkest is a little too dark, but this is probably my favorite as far as getting rid of that blue effect. And then if you grab No Blue, you obviously have to get No Glow, and you can see the light, the difference here clearly. It's really nice. So I have both of those in game. And then that brings me to the next thing. I'm using a lighting mod called Sunblind. That is why the lighting in my game at different parts of the day look completely different, which I'll touch more on later when it hits about 7 p.m. But I've covered it before, but it actually completely overhauls all of the lighting in the game and makes it look very, very beautiful. And if you don't have reshade, it'll definitely help you just enhance the game anyway. It's Maxis base. It just basically improves the Maxis lighting. And then to complement that as well, I also use some custom Studio Ghibli clouds for every world except for the newest ones that I really like. They are very nice. I've covered this before too, but I just wanted to insert it here just in case you haven't seen that video. They look really nice and fluffy, especially on cloudy days. I'm gonna have my Sim travel somewhere now. And speaking of, I actually have little custom wallpapers that I use periodically for my Sims. If you can see these right here, they kind of make your game look better, I guess. So I'll insert this in to the mod links. But yeah, this is a really cute like little override for the phone. So we're gonna travel somewhere. Obviously, you all know that I absolutely love my fan art maps. I'm going to boast about them all the time. They are an absolute necessity. And they completely transform the way that your game looks as far as the map is concerned, and it helps you to easily place lots down and get an idea of what is actually around that lot as opposed to how the actual game looks. So this is always in my game for the most part until I'm like, maybe that's a little too much, but then I just like the style. I like the art style. It looks very cartoon, dreamy. Willow Creek is the only world that has been done in the save file that I'm working on, so that's why all of the worlds are empty right now. But this shows you the fan art maps even better without any lots. Give you a great idea of what that looks like. The next thing I want to talk about is my loading screen. I really love it. It's by Apricot Rush. Same loading screen as the original game, but I just love the way that the plumb bob looks and the filtering over it. And oh my goodness, my game. Okay, so we talked about the loading screen. You just got to see that, and you'll see it again when I load into another lot. But I wanted to talk about something that you all ask me a lot, and that is my custom terrain replacement. So again, I don't have any lots in this world right now because the only world that's done is Willow Creek. But as you can see, if you come over here to the terrain, these sidewalks look realistic, and so does the grass. There was a time where I didn't like mods like this. I felt like it looked too realistic, but the way that I play my game, it adds so much. Again, with the car replacements and everything, it just looks so good. My style has changed tremendously over the years, and so it's constantly evolving. What I like is evolving, and I just really like having this in game. Sometimes it's hard for me to look at the natural in-game replacement, and so all of the worlds that we have in game have been done. I think everything before Mount Komorebi, the Snowy Escape Pack, I think everything after that hasn't been done, but I have to double check because I believe Hinford on Bagley has been done, but I'm not sure. But look at the roads, like there's cracks in the roads and everything just looks really real. And I had to go to 𝘫𝘳𝘴𝘰𝘶 Valley because it was snowing in like the other worlds. Like in Willow Creek, it looks really good, but it's snowing there right now. So here we are in 𝘰𝘦𝘴𝘰𝘶, which looks absolutely gorgeous. Look at the grass, it's so green. Look at the sand. Like, I mean, I cannot live without it. You can even see the grass up here. Just really beautiful. I just wanted to go somewhere tropical just so we could see that. And here's the loading screen again because I just love it that much. My computer's like glitching it out, but it's so cute. I love this loading screen. Like, I'll probably never change it because the plumb bob just looks so cool. The next thing I want to look at that literally makes the game just look so good, especially in 𝘰𝘱𝘴𝘰𝘶, which is where I spend a lot of time, is my cast lighting background and the lighting. So the background is by Lumia. It's just a simple black background. I've used a lot of backgrounds, but I use this one specifically because if I'm doing a full body shot, I just like it being just simple and a like black background, and I can edit the back, replace the color, and I just really love that dark mode in 𝘰𝘱𝘴𝘰𝘶. For some reason, it makes me feel like I'm in like a photo room or something. I also use a lighting mod by 𝘵𝘱𝘱𝘱𝘰. I think it's the front glow rem or the front glow. Yeah, I think it's front glow, but you can choose whichever one you want. It is a game changer when I tell you it provides such a nice illuminated lighting on my Sims that I can't go back to any other cast lighting mod. It really brings out the storyteller in me, especially when I'm trying to create Sims. It really places me there mentally. Like, who knew the Sims could be that deep? But here we are, and I really think you all will love this. I mean, it's just a really nice cast lighting. The cast lighting that you choose for your game is going to transfer to the gameplay. That's why in my game, in the bottom left corner when I'm playing, these Sims might look illuminated differently, and you're like, why does your game look like that? Why does your Sims look like that in the corners? Because the cast lighting is also carrying over to the gameplay. And this is what I mean, like the normal game, like if I just take reshade off, the lighting is actually still there. It's just that you're so used to seeing my reshade, you're like, oh my gosh, this looks horrible, but it really doesn't. It really doesn't. And you can still see that lighting being present there. But if I turn my reshade on, it just, oh my God, it just looks so good. It looks so good. I love it. Now I want to show you the graphics. So I play on custom. So as far as Sims, I have that on very high, objects high, lighting very high, reflections high, visual effects high. Edge smoothing is off only because I'm using reshade. If I turn the reshade off, I'm going to turn this back on because it's going to smooth out the edges of the objects in the Sims. So that is why the graphics quality says custom, because I have this off. And 3D screen resolution and view distance is high. Uncompressed sim textures is checked. Post-processing effects is checked. A lot of you tend to ask what graphics I play on and stuff like that, and that's kind of what I play on. Now we can kind of see the power of the sunblind lighting mod that I was telling you about. I honestly can't even say it's a mod because you do not place it in your mods folder. It is a lighting overhaul, so you are going to install it way differently. And that is it for the things that I use to make my game look like, you know, really nice or whatever, really good. And look, we got the fireplace channel going. But I really wanted you all to have this to resource to for any future questions, because I get a lot of these questions and it's really hard to answer each comment because I answered them like several times. But I hope you all enjoyed this and found it helpful. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Just keep simming. Always stay wavy. And I will see you in the next video. All right. Peace out.